Hey, it's Julia Talbot here, certified holistic nutritionist and lifestyle coach at rossomhealthy.com, and welcome to another episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about lessons and mistakes that I've learned after 9 years on a raw foods and plant-based vegan diet. So if you want to avoid the same mistakes that I've made, if you want to make sure that you don't run into the common pitfalls that many vegans and raw vegans can experience as they're healing and restoring their body, then this video is for you. All right, so it's true. Plant-based, whole foods, raw foods, it's gaining a lot of popularity, and it's actually gained tremendous amount of popularity in our world since I first started it 9 years ago, and I've seen a lot of changes happen over the years. And it's exciting because more and more people are realizing that they've got health issues, they've got health problems, they're looking to balance their hormones, they've got chronic health challenges that they want to overcome, they've got weight that they want to balance, there's blood sugar imbalance, type 2 diabetes that they want to overcome naturally. And that's they're not getting the help that they want from their doctors or from alternative health practitioners that they're seeing. And after trying diet after diet after diet, they're still not experiencing the results that they want to see. So this is usually when they come across plant-based lifestyle and they get very excited. And of course, it's great because it has been proven to help your hormones, to help your chronic health issues, to help you reverse all kinds of health challenges and help you lose weight naturally, as well as make you look younger and just boost your energy and create a very, very different life for yourself. But at the same time, there are many nutritional holes that you need to be aware of in order to be able to prevent mistakes. All right, so what is the first lesson that I've learned on a raw foods and vegan lifestyle? So the first and the most important lesson, and it's not the mistake that I've made because I already came into this lifestyle with a very, very strong understanding and desire to make it work. But the lesson that I've learned was that you have to have your mindset and psychology in place. And this is going to be the biggest thing that is going to contribute to your success on this lifestyle. And time again, I see how people who come into this lifestyle think that it's going to be much easier, think that it's going to be just all rosy and they don't really have to do much and it's all just going to be happening and it's all going to be smooth. But it just ain't going to be this way. It's challenging. It's there. It's going to challenge you. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you change. It's going to help you. It will intensify your emotional sensitivity. It will help you connect to your emotional traumas and start releasing it. So it's a very deep transformation that you are going to be going through. And if you have psychology, if you have the mindset in place, this is where you're going to make a decision to commit to this lifestyle versus quit it. And this is what happens to people. Oh, wow, gosh, it's, overwhelming, all these changes that I'm going through. And this is where your beliefs are going to play a huge role. This is where you're going to see challenges as either opportunities or challenges as obstacles and something that you need to back out and not do it. So the next mistake that I made on this lifestyle was to do with calories. And I've talked about it in my previous videos, many of my previous videos, about the importance of calories on a plant foods and raw foods lifestyle. And here is what I mean. Evolutionary, we are designed to opt for high calorie foods. So our brain is wired in a way that it will always go for high calorie foods. And calorie density is what you have to be aware of in this lifestyle. Personally, when we first started on raw foods, and we followed 100% raw food diet for 4 years, and then we switched to high raw foods. When we first started, we were under eating a lot. We lost a lot of weight, we lost a lot of muscle, we lost strength, and we lost we lost a lot of energy with it as well. And we were struggling. And I didn't know that it was because of the calories. I thought that it was to do with transitioning and it was to do with adaptation and things would change. But eventually I realized that, wow, I'm actually not paying attention to calories, and neither was Paul. So we had to change that. And you have to understand that you do need to pay attention to it. It's not just the case of, oh, I'm just going to have 2 oranges for breakfast and 3 apples for lunch. And yes, raw food is great. I feel so much energy for about 2 days until you just bump into a problem with exhaustion. It's something that you have to put a lot of focus and energy into. So it doesn't always come naturally easy for a lot of people, because we are used to getting our calories from processed animal foods, which are loaded with calories. Loaded. And when you switch to whole plant foods, when you switch to raw foods, this is where you can easily miss out on calories. And this is where you can easily start experiencing problems that so many people can experience. And, you can be eating the healthiest of all diets, yet not seeing the results and the outcomes that you want to experience for yourself. So this is a big problem for people. Now, the third mistake that I made, and this is a very important one, so pay attention here. The third mistake was not adapting a raw foods lifestyle to my specific health situation. And here is what I mean. I'm going to share it with you. When I came across raw foods, when I switched to raw foods, I had thyroid issues. And I was on thyroxine, and I was on thyroxine for many years before that, probably 10 years before that, for my underactive thyroid. And I didn't know at the time that I also had Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease, which means that your body attacks its own thyroid. So it attacks itself. 3 years into a raw foods lifestyle, I tested my thyroid levels. And I mean, by all means, I've improved my condition a lot. I've lowered my medication. I've overcame debilitating fatigue that was preventing me from doing things. I was in bed all the time. I couldn't even get up, and I couldn't function, literally could not function. It was that debilitating. And I had hormonal imbalances and digestive problems and Candida and all kinds of other issues. And they were healed. But when I checked my thyroid antibodies, they were still too high, too high after 3 years on the raw foods diet. Now, if I knew back then what I know now, I would have jumped straight on it to understand that there is still an autoimmune attack going on in my body. But doctors, being doctors, sorry guys, if you're a doctor, I'm sure you're wonderful, but the majority of doctors, when it comes to chronic health issues, when it comes to thyroid issues, they just don't care. They literally don't care. They just go by numbers, and you come to them and you go, I've got all these crazy symptoms, and they tell you it's all in your head. Go home, take more medication. So I should had paid more attention to it. And my doctor said, well, yeah, they're just a bit high. That was all. And they didn't say that, come on, you've got the problem. You've got to do more healing. You've got to sort things out. So even when people change their diet, let's say they exclude gluten, they go plant-based, they go raw foods, they eat more raw foods, and they go fully raw, they can still have lingering conditions. And if your health situation has not improved for 3 months, if nothing has happened, or if you are seeing that things are getting worse, this is the warning sign. This is the sign that you need to reach out. You need to do something to make things work, to tweak things, to change things. And in case of autoimmune conditions, and in case of hormonal imbalances, diet is just one of the aspects. And there are so many things that you need to address. You need to address your gut health. You need to address clear any pathogens and parasites. You need to address your diet and tweak and change it to suit you, so you are able to keep on healing. So this is why it's vitally important to adapt this diet to your specific needs versus just getting a meal plan or reading a couple of books and thinking that it's going to happen. Well, it might, it has happened for a lot of people, but it may not necessarily be that way for you. And if it's not, then know that there are more things that you can do without giving up on this diet, without giving up on this lifestyle. Okay, the next mistake that I made was not paying enough attention to my gut health. Now, again, if I knew what I know now, back then, I would have experienced amazing results much faster. And I've experienced amazing results, but I didn't understand that there were still issues going on. And years into raw foods diet, I understood that, I've got a parasite problem and I've got to really work on my gut restoration. And this is why my autoimmune problem was still there. So gut restoration, for some reason, is a very ignored aspect of this lifestyle. And I don't quite understand why. It's something that we always pay so much attention to when we work with our clients, because your gut is at the core, it's the epicenter of your health. This is where you produce hormones. This is what affects your hormonal state. This is what affects your weight. This is what affects many functions in your body. So you've got to pay attention to it. You've got to work on restoring your gut health. And if you've got Candida, there is a lot of cleansing that you've got to do. If you've got H. pylori, or if you've got SIBO, which is small intestine bacterial overgrowth, if you've got any other gut issues going on, leaky gut, and so forth, you've got to work on restoring your gut health, as well as eating a high raw, plant-based, whole foods, raw foods diet. Okay. The next mistake was to do with supplementation, and actually not supplementing. And a lot of people have this very strange idealistic view of a raw foods and vegan lifestyles. They think that they eat the healthiest foods on the planet and they're just going to automatically get it all. They're automatically going to get B12, which is actually not contained in plant foods. They're automatically going to get enough vitamin D, which is you're just not going to get from plant foods in sufficient quantities. And that's just not true. And you may require supplementation. And especially in the beginning, if you're correcting certain health issues, you may require more supplementation to help you. So it's rather naive to believe that this lifestyle will provide you with everything. But guess what? If you eat vegan, if you eat paleo, if you eat keto, if you eat Ayurveda diet, there are deficiencies that you can experience on any diet anyway. So it is very important to know that supplementation is something that can help you. And if you needed to take supplements, then let that be. And let's just not deny the fact that vegans do need to supplement with B12. 99.9% vegans anyway, on a weekly basis. That vegans living in a cold climate in places like Canada or certain cold states in America where you don't see the sun for 9 months out of the year, how are you going to get your vitamin D? Where? Some vegans eat more mushrooms and some vegans will do lamps and do this and that. But you really do need to test yourself first to see if you have sufficient levels. And if not, then supplement. All right. And the next big mistake that we made was not working with a coach who would take us through all the steps of this lifestyle and would really understand my personal issues and specifically my thyroid issues, because they require a very different approach, very, very different approach. And what we did, we consulted a raw foodist, a long-term and very natural, pro-natural hygiene. And I think we had a couple of consultations and she gave us a very generic overview. It was more like, more like just introduction to this lifestyle. We didn't go into calories. We didn't go into nutrients. We didn't go into all the nitty-gritties that we had to work out by ourselves through mistakes that we made, through certain compromised issues that compromised health that we've experienced. We had to work it all out ourselves. And it's so interesting how when people make the biggest shift in their lives, when people switch, when people change their diet, I mean, this is what you put into your body. This is how you're going to be feeling. This is how you're going to be looking. This is how your body is going to be receiving or not receiving certain nutrients. This is how you're going to be healing. It's going to be how you're going to be living for the rest of your life. People think that just reading a book or two and getting a meal plan is all they need to make it successful. Well, you know, if that was true, then everyone on our planet would be slim and perfectly looking and experiencing perfect level of health. So absolutely do work with a coach and invest and understand that this is a change that is going to create a different half of your life, you know, difference, however many years that you were going to live here. It's an important change and you've got to approach it as so. It's not some kind of thing that you can just, you know, something that you do for fun and you just try and you play with it. No, it's serious. You know, it's your health. It's your restoration. It's your healing. So definitely commit to it and understand that if you needed to get help, if you're experiencing great results with what you're doing, keep on doing it. For sure. You don't even need this video probably. But if not, then this is where you need to reach out and to get some help. All right. So these are the mistakes that I've made and also the lessons, the biggest lessons that I've learned from 9 years on raw foods. And it's been incredible and it's been life-changing. And I absolutely recommend everyone go in plant-based and go in and experimenting with raw foods, including more raw foods and really eating the healthiest foods of all to see how your life changes, to see yourself thrive, to help your children grow healthy, to pass on healthy genes onto the children that are yet to be born onto this planet, and to set a healthy example for people around you. And if you want to know how to do this lifestyle and all the nitty-gritties of transitioning, then sign up to my free online masterclass where I will talk about the 5 steps our clients use to overcome their chronic health challenges and lose up to 50 pounds completely naturally without starvation. So rossumhealthy.com/webinar. It's been a real joy to share it with you. And as you can probably see, I'm pretty passionate about this lifestyle and I'm pretty passionate about making sure that you achieve amazing results with it because you're worth it, because you deserve the biggest health transformations in your life. You deserve to live in a light and a beautiful and a healthy and a fit body. And I mean, I've been at my same 120-pound weight since giving birth to our daughter, who's turned 4 now. And it's just such a joy. So many times I catch myself being filled with gratitude for the body that I have, for the life that I have, for the health, for the level of clarity that I have, and how many people experience that in our world. So it can be yours if you claim it. It's all there and it can all be yours, that beautiful body that you want to live in, that glorious life where you have the energy, you have the passion, not only to do day-to-day activities and to exercise, but also to achieve more, to strive for more, to create big visions and achieve big goals in your life. It's all there for you. So go and get it. All right. Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like it and feel free to watch us again and revisit our channel. Thanks. Take care, guys. Eat sweet, keep fit, and I will see you again in our next video. Bye for now.